Assalamu alaikum students. Today we are going to start a new chapter, chapter number 4 of geography lesson, that is Forests of the World. Forests of the World, page number 35, and this is our new chapter, so let's start. I want you to open your books as well, so if I explain the terms, you should also know where I'm reading and explaining. So it's page number 35. There are a few terms written down in the yellow box, that is afforestation, deforestation, natural vegetation and agriculture. Okay, so before that, first come to the word forest. What are forests? You must have some idea about the forest. So a forest is basically a big area of land that is covered with a lot of trees, plants and animals, right? It's like a giant natural home for many living beings. So the trees in a forest also grow close together and make the area cool and shaded. So forests, why are so important? Because they give us clean air to breathe. They help keep our planet healthy. And they also provide homes for animals like birds and so many squirrels and even bears and other species. And that's why they also cover a large part of our planet as well. So we will discuss it later. So first of all, I'm going to explain these terms. Now, number one is afforestation. What is afforestation? The process of planting areas of land with trees in order to form a forest. Okay, that means that when we plant trees on the land where there were no trees before, okay, for example, you can imagine a big empty field and where people plant a lot of young trees, so they turn into a forest over time. Then we have deforestation, the act of cutting down or burning trees in an area, right? So when we cut down trees, when we get rid of them, it means deforestation. It means cutting down or removing trees from a forest or areas with a lot of trees. Okay, so this is deforestation. Now, natural vegetation. What is a natural vegetation? Natural vegetation means plants that grow naturally without human help. We don't plant those trees and other herbs and shrubs. They grow by themselves without any human interaction. So it's like the wild plants that just pop up on their own in forests or the grasslands, even in deserts also. So this is natural vegetation. Then we have the term agriculture. What is agriculture? Is the practice of cultivating the soil, growing crops and raising livestock. Okay, so that means we cultivate some soil, the land. Why? We prepare it, we plow it, and we make everything available over there so that we can grow crops over there. And raising livestock. Raising livestock means all the animals that provide us food, that provide us milk, meat, poultry, and wool, skin. So these are all involved in livestock. So rearing of livestock or raising livestock, they all come in the term agriculture. Alright, next we have habitats and ecosystems. Turn the page there, the heading 4.1. It is all about habitats and ecosystem. Now, what is a habitat? Habitat is a natural home where animals, plants and other living things live. Okay, so it has everything they need to survive, like food, water and shelter. So there are different types of habitats, that is for example forests for animals, oceans for fish and other sea creatures, Then we have deserts for some specific plants such as cactus and the plants that they live or they grow in that area. So these are all the habitats where they are having comfortable environment to grow and sustain. So it says flora and fauna evolve, means develop, to be suited to particular climate types and ecosystems. Now, what is the ecosystem? When we talk about ecosystem, it's like a community of living things, like plants, animals, and tiny creatures also, that live together in a specific area and interact with each other and their surroundings. In an ecosystem, everything is connected and works together. Right? So this says that flora and fauna evolve to be suited to particular climate types and ecosystems, that is their native habitats. Now, over time, as humans settled, grew crops and kept animals, they found new techniques and tools to improve farming and forestry. Alright, so we have also learned a lot of new things as compared to our forefathers, right? So plants that did well in specific settings were identified, and seeds or plants from elsewhere, that is non-native species, were imported, brought in. Selective breeding of animals was used to develop desirable features in livestock. This created hybrids which helped secure the best yields. What is the yield? Yields means the total outcome of a certain crop, such as we have cultivated wheat, we have taken care of it, we have provided everything that it needs, and finally when we harvest it, now when it times to get the harvest, it means the total amount of the grains that we have gotten, right? So this is the yield. And there are lots of new techniques also available to get maximum amount of yield, and people have increasingly understood that a careful choice of the right plant for the right place is essential to ensure we have enough food. Alright, so next we have, what do we mean by forests? We have already discussed about what are forests and why they're so important. So here it says that trees can be single or clustered in groups or in greater numbers in copses, woods, or forests. But does a forest have to mean a very dense mass of a plant? Yes. Forests can be dense masses of trees, but also more spread out collections of plants in drier areas. The World Wide Fund uses a 4-type classification system for forests. What are these classifications? I'll also share a video clip about that. You can see that also, and let me read them as well for you. So the number 1 is boreal forests. They are found in very cool settings with conifers and deciduous trees. Now, what are the conifers and deciduous trees? Actually, they are found in cold regions, especially like Canada, Russia, etc. And they have long snowy winters and short cool summers. So that's why the trees here, they have needles on it instead of proper leaves, green leaves. So they stay green all year and are good at surviving the cold. So that's why. Then we have tropical forests, are found in warm and moist climates and can supporting a wide range of plants and animals. As we have already discussed about the tropical rainforest in the previous chapter as well, because they are found in the areas where there is tropical climate, that is the climate around the equator. And why it is all about the rainy seasons and all? Because it receives rainfall throughout the year. And why it receives rainfall throughout the year? Because of its tilted location. Like our earth is tilted at 23.5 degrees, so it receives sunlight throughout the year. and when it receives sunlight throughout the year, then there is more evaporation, more precipitation, and the cycle goes on. So that's why they have so many tropical rainforests over there in the tropical region. Then we have temperate forests, have a 4-season cycle, so also sees bird and animal migrations or hibernations. Migrations means when animal migrate from one place to another due to the climatic factors. And what is hibernation? Hibernation is when they hide themselves to get them protected from the harsh climates. So they can be formed of deciduous, evergreen, conifer, or mixed groups of trees. Okay, then we have subtropical forests. They are found in places with warm summers and cold winters, so are often home to creatures which make winter migrations into warmer places. So it means that the creatures, they can easily travel from this place to the other to protect themselves from the harsh weather and conditions like extreme cold. So they go to those places where they can feel a little warmer, and when when the cold season gets over, then they come again to their places. And now the role of forests in the economy of a region. Forests facilitate economic growth as they are an excellent resource, providing food, biofuel, shelter, timber, and wood to people. Now, these essential raw materials. Now, what are raw materials? Raw material is the raw form of any finished product. For example, if I say that we wear clothes, so clothes are made of cotton. So cotton is the raw material of our finished clothes, right? So for every product that we make, raw material is important. These are the natural resources that come from the earth and are used to make things we need, right? So they provide raw materials, are used in a variety of industries. Forests also provide great employment opportunities at a variety of different levels. Moreover, their natural tendency to regulate water helps in the prevention of floods. When there is a land that is covered with trees, so in that area, water or flood, they can be a source of protecting us from the floods. If the land is plain, like there are no trees, no plants, then that place gets flooded easily, right? So their forests are major supplier for energy as well, through fuel wood in Pakistan, as well as being a source of food for animals and humans, and even medicines. Forests also influence rainfall since they facilitate the formation of clouds. Rainfall is extremely important for the agriculture of a region, right? So these are very important points because they contribute to the economy as well. Now 4.2, that is rainforests, tropical and temperate climate forests. I'm going to share a video link with this. Watch it so that you will get more better idea about the tropical and temperate climate forests. Now, why they are called the lungs of the earth? Because they provide oxygen to the planet, and especially when we talk about the Amazon rainforest in South America, so only Amazon provides 20% of the earth's oxygen. So it is very important for that as well. Okay, so you can read this as well, because all the things that is written down here is also explained in the video that I'm going to share with you.